Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. It's the 19th of May, the feast of St Dunstan. Dunstan was variously Abbot of Glastonbury, Bishop of Worcester, Bishop of London and Archbishop of Canterbury, and was very involved in the rather febrile situation in the 10th century, being both elevated and exiled by various kings during that time. But he was greatly involved in the Reformation and the strengthening of the monastic life of the church, and in matters of state, hence the exiles and the exaltations. We remember his role in pursuing the way of Christ through the difficulties of both a religious and political life. But that's not really the subject of today, and I'll get on to that in a moment. But one other practical note, I begin a week's leave today, and that does mean that there's a possibility that one or two of these broadcasts may be missed, simply because it isn't just about appearing on the screen for 2 or 3 minutes and then maybe 10 or 15 minutes in the morning and evening. Putting these things together and bringing them to YouTube probably takes an hour and a half or a couple of hours a day. And if that time isn't available, then please accept my apologies that you will get a pre-prepared liturgy in the morning or the evening. Just to say that, it may be that it all goes through without a hitch, but I'm just telling you in advance. We continue into John chapter 15. Jesus was talking about us abiding in him and he and God abiding in us. And we come to these marvellous verses in verses 9 to 11, which I'm going to read to you. They're not very long. As the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Abide in my love. If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. I have said these things to you, so that my joy may be in you, and your joy may be complete. The clue to abiding in God and to abiding in Christ is abiding in the love of God and in the love of Christ. Those are the important things to hold on to. Abiding in God's love, abiding in the love of Christ, and obeying the teachings of Christ helps us to abide in that state of love. Not a state of, oh, I feel loving today, but a determined desire to live the way of Christ, a determined desire to walk alongside Christ, to take his words as the guide and the signpost for our lives, to live in him as he is then able to live in us. Our tiny spark of love in response to his love enables him to more fully enter into our lives, to fill our lives with love, with hope, with peace, and to help us be witnesses who bear fruit in the world. May we abide in his love so that he may abide in us. May God bless us. May God bless the people of Ukraine in their continued suffering. And may God bring peace to that troubled country and to our world. God bless us all.